Good evening. Permit me, if you will, to paint a portrait. A portrait not of progress, but of profound regression. For it appears that the human creature, once cunning, once conscious, once carved by evolution's unforgiving hand, has begun to unravel, not from above, but from within. Once survival was our creed. We learned to move through forests with silent steps, to listen for the crack of a twig, the whisper of a predator's breath, to notice, to know. But today, we must teach people how to look up, how to listen, how to be present in the world they so arrogantly believe they control. We call it situational awareness, a term so clinical, so artificial, one might think it refers to a software update rather than the instinctual art of not dying. One cannot help but marvel, where our ancestors equally dim, they would have perished before inventing the concept of lesson plans. Imagine, if you can, a caveman convening a seminar. Greetings, fellow Neanderthals. Today's topic: how to avoid being devoured by things that move faster than you. It is absurd, and yet, here we are. Where once we scanned the horizon for danger, we now scan for validation, measured in likes and loops. Where once we ducked at the snap of a branch, we now flinch only when our Wi-Fi wanes. We are not progressing, we are sedating ourselves. With noise, with novelty, with numbing distraction, dressed as convenience. We have traded instinct for interface, reflex for reaction time, survival for subscriptions. We wander city streets entranced, eyes downward, ears sealed, minds tethered to devices that dictate our thoughts, while reality patiently waits to devour us. Let me offer an example, a parable from the present, the self-driving car, an invention praised for its brilliance, a machine designed to think for us, to look when we do not. And yet, the more we trust it, the less we trust ourselves. We forget how to drive, how to focus, how to survive at velocity, and when it fails, we are shocked, outraged, horrified. But should we be? We handed the wheel to apathy, and it drove us exactly where apathy always does. Now consider this, not as critique, but as caution. What becomes of a species that forgets how to exist without assistance? It becomes a commodity, a dependent, a product ripe for repackaging. Lions do not lose their edge because someone else watches the savannah. Hawks do not outsource vigilance to pigeons. But humans, we pay for courses, workshops, and weekend retreats. To relearn how to look around, we outsource our instincts. We sterilize our senses. We have domesticated ourselves so thoroughly that wildness is now a workshop. Our ancestors, with little more than bones and brains, could hear the silence shift. Today, we cannot hear ourselves think over the clamor of notifications, and we celebrate this as progress. We live in cities carved from nature's corpse, surrounded by screens that promise purpose but deliver distraction. We do not smell the wind. We do not hear the earth. We do not know the world. We simply consume it. And in doing so, we become the very thing our ancestors fled. Soft, stupid, we are no longer apex predators. We are prey, preyed upon by algorithms, by marketing, by our own compulsion for comfort. And when comfort is king, awareness is the first to be executed. Yes, my friends, humans are evolving, but not forward, not upward. We are evolving into extinction, by design, by distraction, by deliberate disregard for the very instincts that kept us alive for 1,000 generations. But there is still a choice. Before you upload your consciousness, before you plug in your soul, before you become just another node in the network of the numb, I invite you to look up, to walk outside, to hear something unscripted, to feel something unfiltered, to remember that you are not a machine. Not yet. You are still an animal, a dangerous one, if you dare to remember how. So before we evolve ourselves out of existence, let us first evolve back into awareness. Good night, and good luck